Hi everyone, this is Heather Estes and I'm the teacher for Cultures class for grades 1 and 2 at the Arbor. And this week we actually talked about an Inuit culture, the Native Canadian, Native American, and First Peoples group, the Inuit people. And so that's the culture we checked out this week. We also celebrated Earth Day, which is April 22nd, Wednesday, April 22nd this week. So in honor of Earth Day, in honor of the Inuit culture, we read The Polar Bear Sun. So I'm going to take a minute to read this to you in case you wanted to check this more out with me in class, or if you didn't get a chance to look at pictures. It's a beautiful book, and it's The Polar Bear Sun, an Inuit tale. This is retold and illustrated by Lydia Dabcovich. Very easy to find, and I know at least one person in our class actually has a copy as well. Okay, so let's get started here. Beautiful pictures. I love looking at the landscape here. Dog sled team. Okay, very pretty. Title page, and you can see the village. All right. Okay. So here's the grandmother, the old woman, and this is her story. Way up north, all alone in a little hut at the edge of the Inuit village, there lived an old woman. She had no family, no strong sons to hunt for her. The old woman tried to fend for herself by fishing and gathering seeds and berries, but often she was unsuccessful and had to depend on her neighbors for food. One day, out on the ice, the woman found a little white polar bear cub. Her mother must have been killed, the old woman thought. Her mother, his mother, we don't know. I think she called it a he. His mother, excuse me. So, she took him home. Back in her hut, the old woman fed the cub, sharing with him the little food that she had. "I will call you Kunikjuak," she said. "Kunikjuak, my son." Kunikjuak was happy with the old woman. He was a friendly, round, and fluffy little bear, and the children of the village loved to play with him, tumbling about and sliding on the snow. Spring, summer, and long dark winter passed. Kunikjuak grew quickly. When spring came again, he was big and strong enough to go hunting and fishing for the old woman. Soon the old woman had plenty of meat and fish to eat, furs to keep her warm, and blubber for cooking. And, as is the custom of the Inuit, she shared every good catch with her bear and the whole village. "Come," called the old woman proudly. "There's more than enough for all of us." There she is sharing with people. Here's the hunters. The villagers took the food, but in time the hunters grew angry because Kunikjuak was much better at hunting than they were, and they were jealous that the old woman had found such a good provider. They decided to kill Kunikjuak, but the children overheard the hunters' plans and ran toward the old woman. The old woman went from house to house, pleading with the villagers to spare her clever young bear. "Kunikjuak is my son," she said. "Do not take him away from me." "This bear is getting too big and strong. He is dangerous," they said. "We will kill him tomorrow. He will make a fine feast for the village, and his fur will keep us warm." The old woman rushed back home. She told Kunikjuak that he had to leave at once. "Go," she said. "Go quickly and do not come back." Crying bitterly, she begged him not to forget her. So sad. Saying goodbye. So Konnichiwa left. Sadly, the old woman and the children watched him disappear into the distance. Now the old woman was alone again. From time to time, when she felt very lonely and hungry, she left her hut early in the morning and went far out across the ice. Then she called, "Konnichiwa, konnichiwa, my son." She would call to him. She did not have to wait long before a big polar bear came running to meet her. A nice bear hug. It was Konnichiwa, big and strong and sleek and glassy. The old woman always looked him over carefully, making sure that he had not been injured. Then Konnichiwa brought her salmon and seal. They ate some of it together, and the old woman took the rest home with her. There she is. This day went on for many years. And up to this day, the Inuit tell the story of the faithful bear, Konnichiwa, and the old woman who brought him up. The end. And then here, there's a long author's note that I'll let you read on your own if you'd like to check this book out from somewhere close by you. The word Inuit actually means the people in the Inuit language. And an interesting note, for thousands of years, many tribes of Inuit have lived throughout the vast, cold, and forbidding Arctic region, where we learned in class where they're from. And it's from eastern Siberia above Russia and the western coast of the Pacific to Greenland and the eastern Atlantic shores of Canada. So this group is really a lot of the top part of the world. They're in the Arctic Circle, we learned. And it's amazing their fight to survive and their fight to use every piece of resource around them. As you saw, the different foods that they had and things like that. So this is a really cool book to learn a little bit about the Inuit people that are still around today, and some still choose to live in this way. A lot of people, of course, have, decided to move into cities and things like that. But this is interesting because it gives a little bit of idea of what life would have been like when you get to have a polar bear as a friend or a son. So, interesting book. Really hope you get to check it out further. I loved this story and I hope you did too. Check out our information on Canvas for upcoming things in our class. And I hope you enjoyed this book and this series. Have a good day. Bye.